Hey there, everyone. I just wanted to give you kind of a mid-market commentary here. What is today? Today's July 30th. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, Central Daylight Time. As you all know, the Dow is up close to, at least at this point, about 9,200, which is just incredible if you're considering the news. I don't know if you guys had a chance to read some of the headline news this morning, but kind of scratching my head as to why it's even this high, to be very honest with you. The first time unemployment claims creep up in the last week, in this latest week. It says here, I'm looking on Market Watch, for first time unemployment claims creep up in the latest week. Initial jobless claims rose by 25,000 to a seasonally adjusted 584,000 during the week ending July 25th. So it's in line with economists' expectations, what they're saying here. So what they're basically saying too later on in the article is that there is an improvement in continuing claims. So in other words, the people who have continued the claims, well, those people have dropped off the rolls, and all of a sudden it looks like, hey, people are dropping off the rolls. Hey, it's looking good. But I do understand the weighing of the average, and perhaps there is some improvement there. But I would say at this point, when you're talking about 584,000 claims per week that are new, that's an awful lot of people who are hitting those rolls. In other news too is the Treasuries. I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit as well. It's an article in the Wall Street Journal talking about this. The Treasury auction happened about an hour ago. The auction was a $115 billion offering of Treasuries. This is actually a record. And guys, this is your money, and I think you guys really need to pay attention to what's going on with the Treasuries and what they're doing with your money. One thing that I thought was very interesting, it looks like there's solid demand. You think, wow, Treasuries are solid demand, everything looks great. We have people who are trying to invest back into this country. That's wonderful news. You think, man, happy days are here again. However, if you look down into the article, and please feel free to look at Wall Street Journal. The title of the headline is Treasuries Rally on Solid Demand in 7-Year Auction. Basically, and it says here's one little sentence. This demand, known as the indirect bid, accounted for a robust, and that's a key word, guys, robust, 62.5% of the offering. So in other words, this indirect bid accounted for most of the purchasing of these bonds, right? Just to let you know what indirect bid is, and it even says right here, it's large institutional investors, including foreign central banks, or 3 notes late sales this week. So basically, what we've had is either a dollar swap, or we've had, excuse me, or we had the Federal Reserve purchasing these treasuries on behalf of us. So basically, they're purchasing money in your name, and then we get to pay the interest on top of that, even though it's our own money. So we basically are lending money to ourselves, and we get to pay interest on that, guys. I'm telling you, everyone needs to wake up. You need to find out what is going on. Again, I know I've said this in a previous video. You have got to support HR 1207. We have got to audit the Federal Reserve. I would not be surprised, and of course I don't have proof, but I would not be surprised if that 62.5% considered central banks and large institutional investors. I bet you a good portion of that is actually our Federal Reserve. And if our Federal Reserve is buying up these Treasury bonds, that means the printing presses are just flowing right now. And as you know, if we have flowing printing presses, you're going to have large amounts of money going out into the economy, and hyperinflation and things like that. And guys, we don't see the inflation now. I know things are probably a little bit higher now. You don't see that crazy inflation like you would, that you probably expect. But it's one of those things where it's like when you turn on the hot water tap, and eventually the water gets a little bit warmer and warmer, and it's going to get hot and eventually scald yourself. So that's where we're at right now. Anyway, I expect the markets, like I mentioned in previous videos, I expect around 9,200. This is probably going to be the top. Oil is down. The profits of Exxon are down 66%. The lowest profit since 2003. I think they knew this was coming. This is why they were hoarding cash. Back in 2007 and 2008, when they're just raking us over the coals for gasoline prices. So anyway, that's it for today. I should have some more. I may do market ending for this afternoon, and if nothing else happens, I probably won't, but hopefully I'll do one again tomorrow. So long, everyone. Have a good day.